What's going on, guys? Rods Over Bricks here. So, I made this little RC car a little custom with a solar panel on top. Never need to buy a battery, and here's how. So, long story short with this, there's actually a 14500 rechargeable lithium-ion battery in this car that'll probably never need to come back out because it's also got a USB charger in here that I took apart, hooked up to the solar panel, and when the battery dies, you just turn the car off, leave it out in the sun. So, I think we need to get this car from the dollar store, so let's rewind and I'll see you there. We're back at the dollar store, looking at some really cheap RCs, see what we got. We got one of those little Tyco mini rebound looking goodies. I had to pause it here because we need to talk. So last week I had offered this, as kind of my next free giveaway. And I'm still wanting to do that, but no one's really written in on any stories that I could read through and kind of pick a really cool one. I've had a couple of good stories come in, but I can't just pick between two people. I mean, I was hoping for, a little bit more of a competition. Anyways, let me know what I should stick to. Should I mail it off to one of the two, or should I wait to get a few more stories and postpone this giveaway for one more week, and hopefully some more stories come in. Anyways, if you haven't seen the previous videos, I brought this back to life using a rechargeable battery system on board, a new controller, and it's just a nice little Tyco rebound. It's a little bit dusty from sitting on my shelf. But I'd really like some more stories to read through and, see what you guys have to say about your first RC car, your favorite RC car, and from there I'd pick out my favorite story and this gets mailed off as long as you live in the continental US, because, with giveaways like this, you can tell I ain't rich. Anyways, let's get back to the video. I'm thinking about this, and I think I've got some solar panels I want to try a little experiment with. And, ooh, is that creepy. So, the solar panel I've got is a 5-volt solar panel, and you can see here it's not the best of sunlight right now. The sun's moving around, but it goes from 4 3/4, 4 8/10 to 0 volts if I put my hand over it. Anyways, I think this is going to be the perfect thing. It's just about the right size to fit on the roof of the car. And here it is. We're going to go ahead and get this thing out of the package. Now, it takes 5 AA's, 2 for the remote, 3 for the car. And I really don't feel like buying a whole bunch more of these AA's. Now, I do have some of these little EBL rechargeables. They're fine, they're great, whatever. But if we throw some of this stuff in, I think we'll be just fine. So that's our little USB charger. We got some tools, the solar panel, a VOM, and a rechargeable 14500 battery. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing out of the box. I just want to test it, make sure it works before I carry on any further. And it's actually not a bad looking car for $5. It's not bad. So we're going to go ahead and plop some batteries into this thing. And the controller's actually got a nice little ticky-tick sound to it, so it looks like everything's working, so that's good. That's a plus to start out with. And meow! Alright, now with it all tested, I think it's time to take it apart and add all this junk right back into this car. So first off, we're going to take the body off. Just a couple of screws, and be careful of the little white antenna wire. So with that off, we can start to expose the little circuit board that's underneath this black cover. And here's a really cool trick on a lot of toy-grade RC cars. You see this little tab piece here? If you just take a small flat blade screwdriver, you can actually adjust the frequency a little bit. So if you lost the remote control, find another matching frequency. Like if this is a 49 megahertz, you find a 49 megahertz controller. And you can slightly tune it so that they actually repair. Anyways, here's our little USB we're going to take apart. And the way you're looking at it, on the top side of it is the positive, on the bottom is the negative, which I'll show you guys here a little bit later. But we're just going to attach this stuff. I'm going to cut it in half so I can use the female pigtail port right here, going through into the battery tray so it can accept the 14500 battery to be plugged in. We're drilling a couple of holes in the back of the car to run the solar panel wires through. Add a little bit of hot glue and slap that solar panel down right on top. This little connector is not necessary, but it's something I had, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's just for quick disconnects. Anyways, here's our charger. The left-hand side will be used in the car, and the right-hand side is going to go inside the battery tray. Alright, and I've drilled a hole in the bottom of the car, ran the pigtail through, and now the wires are going to the positive and negative where the AA batteries would have gone. I'm just using those terminals as something to solder onto. And I don't want these wires to go to the circuit board on the car itself. Everything's going to feed to that switch or to where the batteries are. And with our little USB thing, we're going to go ahead and find a little spot for it. I'm just making sure it works with a charged battery, and it does. Much success. So from here, the left-hand side is going to be the negative, and the right-hand side is going to be the positive. I'm going to go ahead and brush some acid flux onto there after I've scraped it off a little bit. I just lightly scratched these little strips with a razor blade. And now that they're all soldered on, those two wires are going to go to the solar panel right here, into that little connector I glued into the inside of the roof. 3.1 volts is our battery starting voltage. It looks like on the receiving side of the solar panel, we're getting 4.02 volts. And after an hour, I have this little video sped up, but you can see it go from 3.83 to 3.84 volts. It is working. All right, so I'm going to slap the body back on top, go for a test drive, and I think this was a great success. Anyways, guys, I hope this video is fun or educational or something. I don't know. Hope it made you guys smile or learned a thing or two on the way. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one.